we are doing the new moon in Aquarius video, and this one I'm doing a little bit different from my other videos because this energy is a little heavy. So the reason why I feel like it's been heavy is because we're just coming out of Capricorn season. Capricorn energy is all about like, what are we gonna do? What's the plan? We need to move forward. It's also ruled by Saturn, and the planet Saturn is like the father, the tough love. It's where there's a lot of lessons. So a lot of people might have been going through some things that they need to really learn from so they don't keep repeating. So sometimes the universe will step in and be like, this is a hard lesson. So with Capricorn season, it was very dense and heavy, and Aquarius energy is very light and flowy. So they're completely different energies. But Aquarius is all about individuality, what makes you you, not being afraid to speak your mind, a lot of mental clarity. But if you're not experiencing that, you're going to have a lot of contrast. So the overall energy that I pulled was the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is a woman. She's going on a journey. There's a mountain in the background. And to me, what I'm looking like, since she's walking away from this mountain, it looks like it's like you've already gone over the mountain. You've already got to the base of the mountain, climbed the mountain, and now you've come down the mountain and you're in fresh territory. And you cannot bring all of this negativity with you. You've already gone through it. So although sometimes we go through situations and we mistake our struggles for our life, for our personality. You are not your struggle. That is not your personality. But if you dwell on a negative event or a negative situation, you think about it so much, you talk about it so much, it starts to become a part of your personal identity and personality. So the Ten of Wands in traditional tarot is about putting down those burdens. There's typically one person holding 10 wands. In this situation, she's got a suitcase full of wands. She's got her animal, looks like a bull or a buffalo, that is helping her with the rest of the stuff that she's got. But this card typically speaks of putting down your burdens. You can't take everything with you. You can't take everyone with you. You have to be comfortable knowing that you've been guided. You've already been over the mountain. And I also look at the animal in another way as well, as you having spiritual help and support, because sometimes in the natural realm, in the 3D realm, we don't have that support that we want, so we feel alone. And I feel like what Spirit is trying to say is you're not alone, and you are guided, and you are having help along the way, but that help may not look like what you think it's supposed to. It might come in the form of signs. It might come through prayer and meditation. But I also wanted to pull a blockage card, like what is preventing us from moving forward. We've gone on this journey. We're transitioning from last year into this new decade. What could be something that, is a blockage that we need to work on? And I pulled the health card. And this card says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And I love that this card is green, because when you love yourself, green represents the heart chakra. But when you love yourself, you really take care of yourself. And I literally myself had like a mental breakdown a couple of days ago from some personal things that are going on in my life. And I realized I need to nurture myself. Health is not only physical, it's mental health, it's emotional health, it's spiritual health, it's literal health. It's like, in whatever way you can maintain your health, focus on that, because it's going to help you with this transition that you're going into in this next season. And you always want to be in alignment with the energy of the new moon, because if you fight against it, if you're still stuck in that Capricorn energy, it's going to be dense and stagnant in Aquarius season. There's times where energies thrive the most, and the best thing you can do is maximize the energies that are there. So when you don't have to know a lot about astrology, but when you watch videos like this, Aquarius is all about like flowy, like it's creative, it's a mental sign, it's not being so emotionally overwhelmed by things. They're very detached. They're the water barrier, but they're not a water sign. They hold the barrier because they have the capacity to hold a lot of emotions without breaking down. So if you look at Aquarius energy as that, it becomes empowering. Instead of like you avoiding your emotions, you're having healthy ways to filter through your emotions, holding it from an objective sense where they're holding the water bearer, but they're not the water themselves. So Aquarius is very good at that, controlling their emotions, but it has to also be in an aligned way. So if this is meditation for you, anything that adds to your health, this is the focus right now. For a lot of people who are going through this, you might feel like maybe it's an emotional situation, still focus on your health, because this is the blockage. And once you can deal with the blockage, you're going to be flowing in that Aquarius energy. But I also pulled a card for the blessing and for what to look forward to, and you know, what are we coming out of, and things like that. And I pulled the failure card. Now, this says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So I think a lot of times a big misconception is when we're on this road of self-discovery, that because we're seeking guidance, we're praying, we're meditating, we're using our third eye, we're following it with our crown chakra, you know, we're really in tune, right? A lot of us are conscious beings. So when you're following that path and you run into something that feels like a failure, you're like, why am I here? What is going on? Blah, blah, blah. And when you're on the right journey, there's going to be things and lessons that you need to learn from. Capricorn season had to deal with a lot of lessons. So a lot of people are in this heavy burden energy and it's affecting their health. But in reality, it's because you're looking at it like a failure. You're not. And there's one thing that I say is I'm always in the right place at the right time, around the right people, in the right mind. I'm right where I need to be. That belief is very strong, even when it doesn't seem like it. You have to work on your belief system, that if you're making this conscious decision, this conscious path, that you're always in the right place. You're always being guided. Like, you have to really build up your belief system and focus on your health. So I want to pull a couple of cards in regards to, you know, what is the outcome when we really do put those burdens down, realize we're not alone, focus on our health, and realize that everything that feels like a failure, I don't believe in failure, but I believe in lessons. But every failure or lesson, once we do that work, what are we attracting into our life? We got the Queen of Wands. Yes! The Queen of Wands is like, she is inspired. I don't know if you can see this. She's literally holding magic. She's got the wand in her hand. She's got magic in her other hand. She's so happy. She's full of life. She's sexy. Now, regardless if you're a man or if you're a woman, this is big feminine, creative, I can't talk, energy. And she's got this cat. And it's funny because this character had an animal on it too. And for this one, she's got an animal too. So to me, it's looking like heavy spirit guide energy around you. You're not alone. The Queen of Wands is someone who's the creator of her own reality. This is the person who manifestations are on fleek. So you're going to be in a really high vibrational state when you can do this work. And when you do that work, you're going to be really setting yourself up. So for manifestations, I do a lot of candle work. I feel like candles are like an essential because fire is activation. Fire is creation. The Queen of Wands is like saying the Queen of Fire. So if you want to be the creator of your life, if you want to activate and to change something, you got to do the work. The work isn't always physical work, but it definitely is internal work. And when you see people who have these blessings, who are having these breakthroughs and it looks easy, it's not because it's easy. They're doing that work under the surface with themselves. I'm a big believer in doing your work, do your part, and then it shows up. What you do on the inside always reflects on the outside. So I know these videos have been a little heavy lately, but I always am channeling the collective consciousness. So I'd rather help people. And I'm not just going to be like, oh, this is what I see and it's negative. I'm going to give you the tools or some advice from spirit so that you can go out and you can be the Queen of freaking Wands. So anyways, I hope your day is great. I send you nothing but blessings, love, and light. I'll see you next time.